All right. Welcome to another project presentation session. We have Faraal here, and I'm excited to see what she has made after Scratch Level 2 because it's been so long that I last saw her. She has been taking classes. We met first time in the summer program last year, right?
Yes.
Yes, and after that you've taken Scratch Level 2 as well. So I'm curious to see कि आपका कैसे skill set develop हुआ है and what have you made. So can you please also start with your introduction, and then we'll move to your project.
So hello, it's me, and I really like coding and everything. So that's why I started to come from scratch. Last year, in the summer, I did the Scratch Level 1 course. Then after that, I moved towards the other course, Scratch Level 2. And when I completed that, as my final project, I made a really advanced game.
hmm Okay, let's move to that. Would love to see what is that project.
Okay, so this is the game that I made, Scratch Dash.
hmm
It has
Nice.
many outside many costumes and many obstacles.
hmm
So the thing I like about my project is this. Like
hmm
looks so the main title screen.
Yeah, the title screen is amazing. Well, if the project is shared, then I think I can also maybe take a look at it on my screen. Then I can maybe try it over here. Let me just open up your account over here since I do see that your username is Chocolatey Flamingo. A very interesting name, by the way. This is very unique. How did you come up with that name?
So like flamingo was my favorite animal, and
Hmm.
I really like the flavor chocolate, so I just came up with it.
I think I do say something like that. K Johanna, what sort of name can you select? You can maybe select your red favorite color and your favorite animal or your favorite pet or favorite animal or your favorite place. These sort of things. So this is, but like this combination of chocolatey flamingo is actually coming together really good. So I'm searching this on the screen. And I do see a couple of projects. Yes, I do see your Pac-Man and your. Have you improved on the Rain project that you like made in the Scratch level 1? Because I think I see something quite different. Let me just share my screen. And is this
Sure.
actually your account?
Yes. These are all of my
Wow.
projects.
These are some amazing projects. I would love to see the presentation of others as well. I mean, this looks like a very a heavy rain. This looks like a storm rather than the rain project that we did in Scratch Level 1. Did you improve it somehow?
No, it's not that much.
And so many people have created this project. That's why this type of project. That's why it's a little difficult to find. On the other hand, if I sometimes search for Food Fighter, there are uh, I have to do like a little bit of searching before I can get to the project made by Hadi. That's over here, Food Fighter 2 demo. So, okay, let's take a look over here. And okay, now do you see? Is that
Yes,
the
no.
okay? Okay, the animation is really good on the button. Let's see. Oh, and the audio on this one as well. Okay, so it just has to jump, right?
Yes, and I have some more obstacles, and whenever it touches a spike or something, it will restart again by
Uh-huh.
itself. You don't need to click the green flag. That's the main thing.
Ooh, okay, all right. Very difficult actually. Those parts over there, they are very difficult. And oh, I also have to jump through this obstacle. All right. And I like the way how like any part of the face can stay connected to it, and it can
Yes.
also be like horizontal.
Else, like the boom, whenever it touches something, you can see it disappear, and like all of the particles just burst out of it.
Uh-huh. Yes. The particles don't appear when it's in the screen. Sorry, when it's
That's
in the
like
air.
impossible.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm taking quite a lot of attempts at this thing. This is a little difficult for me. So, how about we explore the project on your screen now? We'll take a look at the code, how you made this, and like what are the different segments of the code.
Okay, so first let's explore the code of the player. So for the player, I have indeed this much of the code.
Okay.
So now I have created one thing as well, that as the player is jumping, there is a camera Y which is moving on towards as well. Like for example, if the player jumps, so the camera will also make the up things visible as well. So
Camera
this
will
is the
also
code
make
for
the.
that. Up things visible as well. Like it will move on as the player is moving.
Okay. Can we like see that in action? So, like the whole scene view will shift up, like that. That's what what
Okay.
you were talking about.
That it will go upwards like that. A sudden change in it slowly, it
Hmm.
will go towards like that.
Okay. Can we see that in action? Like how does that work? When
Okay.
does it go up?
This like you just saw
Oh
the camera
yes,
move upwards.
yes, I saw it. Yes.
The camera moves from here till here. Like that's the thing.
Okay. So that works if the player goes above a certain point. That does not like
Yes.
happen for the normal
Like
jump.
yeah, whenever it will go towards a jump, then whenever it will jump it, so the camera will go high as well because the jump is high. That's why.
Hmm. Okay, so since we know that there isn't actually like a 3D camera over here, how do you move the scene up or down? Or like if the scene would move down, if the background would move down, then it would look to us that the camera has actually moved up. It's kind of like that other thing in Flappy Bird where the Flappy Bird is standing just there and the pipes are moving, but it looks like that the Flappy Bird is flying forward.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the thing in every scratch game because we can't actually make the sprite move that much. So, what everyone does is creates the sprite or in the background. We do in the sprite, and then everyone what does is like creates the sprite in this code for it to make it appear again and again. And the
Hmm.
code that
Okay.
I did for the camera tracking is this one. I
Hmm.
created my own block like a my block, and then I have done the code for it that as it moves, then the last camera Y is the previous position of the camera Y, so which can make it understand that it has to move again and again as the pair is jumping.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is a little tricky for me to understand, but if I can see like how the background is maybe moving down, or like what are the different backgrounds that maybe like change, or how does the camera actually move up? So if I can see that, then maybe I can better understand it. What sort of like background sprites or the level sprites are in there?
Yes, I have all of these sprites, the obstacles actually. These are
Okay.
the obstacles that will come after we have crossed these obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
These are also obstacles that I have used in my game.
Mm-hmm. And pretty simple
That's
obstacles. I mean, like these are just blocks and triangles, but they get the job done and they look
yes,
really good in the game.
yes.
Hmm. So the obstacle keep flying, keep going from right to left. Is that what's happening?
No, there's like a specific code here that I have done that it will change its costume number again and again. Now there's one slide here. When the one costume is done, then the second will come like this.
Where's that? That makes with that part of the code that moves the costume, moves the obstacles towards the player.
This is the code, like when I start as a clone, and then when the reset level will come. This is all of the code.
Mm-hmm.
Switch costume number, and then it will add, which
Mm-hmm.
means the costume will be here, and then the next costume will appear as soon as
Mm-hmm.
the first costume is spawned. That's all.
Okay, all right. But I see that you're not really deleting any of the clones. So doesn't it like get too much at some point? Because there is a limit to how many clones we can create. There is, I think maybe like we can only create 300 clones in Scratch. at maximum?
Ac- I actually have a block to delete this clone right here.
Oh, okay. If not, but then what's the condition like that? And that's okay. So that's a broadcast, so that will be received by
Yes,
every clone. Okay, interesting. Yeah.
that's
But what's the condition if not empty? And like, what does not empty mean?
I just didn't put any condition in it because there was no possible condition that I put it because there was a broadcast here and I had already done the post. So like there's nothing uh it will all happen because of the broadcast and it was in the message. That's one.
Okay. So the message, so the if condition is really not that important.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So maybe you could try it without as that as well. Okay, let's take a look at some other parts of the program, like the player movement. When it jumps, it shifts its orientation as well, and then it falls on one of the many faces that it has, like when it one of the many sides that it
Yes,
has.
it's like it is the rotation it is the rotation of the player whenever it will jump so it will change its face.
All right.
So this is all of the code for that. It's all movement, player movement and move. This is everything. This is all of the code for the player's movement and its face expressions that it will get rotated here. I have
Okay.
variables as well like scroll speed. I have speed Y to make
Mhm.
its speed and I can like make it the player speed as well slow and like really fast as well.
Mhm.
But I have done my speed as well. I have scroll speed, I have speed Y as well, last camera Y. These are all the
Mhm.
variables,
So
and
is this
this is the
something
code.
from? I'm sorry. Is this something from like a YouTube tutorial? Because since like so many people have created Scratch Dash, so then there must be some YouTube tutorial. So was there some point where you got stuck or like maybe you needed help? So you reached out to like some other scratcher or maybe found some help on YouTube. Are there any good learning resources over there?
Yes, like first I created this, but when I first created the game Geometry Dash, it was all really simple. Like there was the sprite, it didn't have particles, it had nothing with it, and there was like only one obstacle appearing again and again, only one triangle, one spike.
Okay.
So then I decided that why don't I make this more developed? So then I created more costume, more levels, I advanced the player and added everything else to make it look more new. Because when I made it first, it was not that much. And I
Okay.
was like stuck at some points at the player's code. So then I took help from YouTube. I searched Geometry Dash and I got tutorials from Patch.
Hmm. Okay, yeah. So there are some really good tutorials from Patch, obviously. So they're very
Yeah.
helpful. How are the particles working? Can we focus on those?
Yes, I have the particles in a different stripes here. This is the code for the particles. So it will go to
Mm-hmm.
the player and then it will like you can see some small particles and some really big particles. Not that much, like
Mm-hmm.
this much and then this much. This is the set size that it can pick random 50 to 100. Some of them can be
Mm-hmm.
like 40, 55 and random sizes.
Mm-hmm.
Then this is also I have changed its ghost effect as well to make them light on the edges here at the end.
Okay.
And then I am deleting the clone as well, so there are not so many clones on the
Hmm.
screen.
Yes, 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 yes. I think if we use Turbo Warp, then it also maybe like shows us how many clones do we have at like any given point in our game. Have you tried using Turbo Warp?
No,
So there's a different version of Scratch that you can open up. Can you go to a new tab and try searching Turbo Warp? Uh, that tells you more details about the software. Can you go to a new tab?
I should search Scratch.
So some of the students have already started to use this WARP. Yes, run Scratch projects faster, like the one below. It's giving you that. option. So you can install this on Windows as well, because some students have already started using this when they're creating something in Scratch level 3, because then the projects get a little bit more, a little bit bigger. But still, we don't like go to such big projects that like we would like have any trouble running them. But still, if this is a new tool that gives you a little bit more functionality with some more modules, then you should definitely explore this. So, is there any future of Scratch Dash that you're making or that you've made, or is this like complete? Do you have any further ideas or any new projects that you are working on?
Yes, now I'm thinking to make it like even more advanced. I will add 3 to 4 levels in it. Like this is like one level is of it will have different costumes, it will have different sprites and everything. Like different
Hmm.
modules and volumes of and different version of Geometry Dash. I will create those.
Hmm. So there is a channel called Students for STEM, and you will see that Zainab has also said hello over there just a few moments before, and that's how like you can also share your project link over there, and we can continue our conversation over there. All right. Okay. So we'll wrap this up at this point because I do have to start that other meeting right away, right on time. So would love to carry this at a different meeting. Okay. Allah Hafiz.